Orale, chingones y chingonas. Sorry for the delay, man. Hey, but we're all here, man. All the chingones are here, and there's a lot going on in boxing as always, Holmes. It's the novela that keeps on giving. Hey, so let's go ahead and we just received some news too. So feed me, Holmes. Feed me. What's up, G Funky Boxing? Hey, let's go ahead and bring in the chingones up in here, man. El gran chingón, el mero mero, coming to us from Florida. One, Mr. Jerry Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Big Ed? Excited about talking about our favorite subject today, boxing. Hay que entrarle duro.
I que darle, man. And we got to bring in the scientist, Holmes. The man, el pozolero, man. From Mikey TV. One, Mr. Mike Zavala.
What's up, brother? What's up, guys? I'm excited. Mikey TV. I'm coming through like a pay-per-view. I'm coming harder than Canelo. What's up, baby?
I want to talk a little bit about that, man. As I got in the background, I got this Adrian Broner fight that's going to be taking place. We might touch a little bit on that. Mikey, what's going on, big dog? I saw Mike Angelino Sports. Now it's Mikey TV, and you got the kukui coming into your pad and stuff, man. Talk us a little bit about that, Holmes.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mike Angelino Sports. It was a long run. Ed, we had a long run together for 2 years. It's a new me, Mikey TV. It's the new and improved. I'm back. Mikey TV, I'm coming to everybody. It's no holds bars. I'm coming aggressive. Chino Maidana, estilo boxeo mexicano, al cuerpo. Mikey TV, I'm blogging. I'm doing reactions. I'm doing boxing. I'm doing it all. A little bit of everything. Vámonos.
Yes. Hey, Mikey, so you're not only going to cover boxing, you're going to cover all sports?
I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. Whatever's in the headline, whatever I'm on YouTube. I'm a YouTube surfer, right? I watch YouTube, and I'm on YouTube all the time. I just react to whatever I like. So whatever I'm watching, I'm gonna react to it. Whatever I'm gonna do, and I also gonna do 3-minute films, 3 to 5 minute films. I just did a little 30-second little film. El Pozolero coming soon, and yeah, I know how to edit and everything. I'm gonna do little films. Everything. Yeah,
if you guys can't wait, man. That's going to be outstanding. All right.
But I'll still do my boxing breakdowns, and I'm here with you guys. But I don't know. Mikey TV is the present, the past, and the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw the little video that he made, man.
El Pozolero.
El Pozolero, the movie. Coming soon.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm not even sure where to start. I guess we'll start with the cheese, man, before we get into the fights that are happening tomorrow. Yes, there's also Adrian Broner fighting tonight. I got it right here on the background. It looks a little bit off, but I guess let's go ahead and get with some of the cheese, man. Canelo's in the news. Team Benavides has come out and said that fight is not going to happen in September. That's it. They're moving on. I'm not really sure, man. My boy G Funky, friend of the show, is here, and he and somebody else that he had on his program interviewed Samson Lukowitz, and there's some gems in there. I get it. I'm just not sure how real serious they were about it. They're offering Canelo $40 or $50 million, and if we're gonna be honest, that they're not really offering him that. They're just saying if you make the fight because you're in the fight, you're gonna make that much. It's not like we got a bag and that's what we're gonna offer you guys. Do you guys think that they're really serious about this, making this Canelo fight? Because it didn't really last too long, man. David, I'll start with you.
You know what? I think Canelo wants it.
Okay.
Because Canelo sees it as, I better get him now that he's young, and I'm still young enough where I could beat him, than get him 5 years from now, do what he did to con este Triple G. You know what I mean? So I think Canelo wants it now, but I think Benavides, for whatever reason, I hope he fights Morrell. I hope he fights David Morrell. I'd like to see that fight and then see Canelo, but I don't know who Canelo will fight. If he's not going to fight Bivol, I just hope he doesn't fight Bubu Andrade. I hope he fights Charlo. That'd be a good fight.
Charlo's a rumor.
Is Charlo a rumor that he might fight
that's
Charlo?
what I've been hearing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would be good. That'd be great.
I got a couple of names here that have been swirling around. If you guys want to hear them, one of them is Edgar Berlanga.
Oh no! Come on. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
If they give
one of
him
them is Edgar
that's
Berlanga.
embarrassing. Dispensa. That's
Another
embarrassing.
one, Jaime Munguia, and
Otro.
and another one that has their name in the hat. And this one's a little bit weird. I don't see this one happening, but they are, talking about it. Is cruiserweight champion Badu Jack.
But Badu Jack, he's a cruiserweight.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're saying that he's going to go up to cruiserweight?
Right. Right.
Man, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Canelo's going to be, I can't see him fight at 196, 190, 200. But,
Yeah.
He'll beat him. Yeah.
Wow.
Another star under
Yeah,
the belt,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mikey, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Canelo's an A side, man. Canelo calls the shots. You can't. It's what they're calling the shots. They're giving him an ultimatum. Nah, man. Watch out, man. Canelo calls the shots. Canelo gives them the deal. You know what I'm saying? Canelo does what he does. He already proved that he is the face of boxing. Look at his track record. Look at his record. He's fought everybody. Now David Benavidez and his team are saying that, oh, he's scared that this. Nah, man, you guys need to prove yourselves. Like Canelo said, ellos tienen que pelear con otros también. So the David Morrell, that's a great chess move. David Morrell's calling him out. He's calling him down. He's calling David Benavidez down. So if Canelo doesn't fight him, David Morrell wants to fight Benavidez. So take that fight, and then we can talk. And the fight versus Charlo, man, I want that fight before the Benavidez fight, so he could just beat his ass. Excuse my language, man. Put a whooping on like he stole something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's Mikey TV. We could say whatever we want. It's Mikey TV.
Okay. Both of you guys brought up Charlo. Do you guys really want to see that next? Even though Charlo has not fought in over 2 years and he's never fought at 168 pounds, David?
Con más razón. Razón. Que le dé una cachetadiza. Que lo deje ahí tirado. Yes, con más razón. Why he hasn't fought, it's his fault. You know what I mean? It's not Canelo's fault. But that fight will sell. That fight will sell. The other ones, I don't see Boo selling. Berlanga, really? I don't even. Well, Berlanga promised 1.5 million that tickets are going to be sold or pay-per-views. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I like what Jesus said. Jesus said Berlanga Munguia. That would be a great one if Munguia wins. And we'll talk about that.
Easy work, Munguia. Easy work, Munguia.
Wow. Mikey.
On the Derevyanchenko? Oh, my God.
No, Mikey, that's the fight you want to see next in September. If Charlo says, okay, I will move up, and he has not fought in over 2 years, you want to see that?
Hey, man, sometimes you got to back up when you open your mouth, man. You got to back it up. And this guy's been talking trash for years, getting under Canelo's skin. And you know what? Yeah. Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. And guess what? Canelo's coming for you. You ready? You better stay ready because he's coming. So, yeah, I want that fight because I want a beatdown. I want a legal beatdown. Oh yeah.
Okay. Look. Okay. So here's my thoughts on it, man. I'm not really sure if Lukowicz was just kind of wishing and hoping that it was gonna happen. I'm not really sure if they were really. There's all kinds of talks about like, oh man, they already had the fight set with Morrell. I don't think that's true. I didn't really see anything that fight was already set. Apparently now. According to a few sources, that fight is going to happen, Morrell and Benavidez. Is it actually signed, sealed, and delivered? Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not going to tell anybody that, yes, it's a fact. It's made. I don't know if it's made or not. I've heard it from some credible sources that it looks like it is made, but I don't want to, say that, yes, it's a done deal. But, hey, man, if that fight happens, I'm glad. I want to see that fight. Benavidez versus Morrell.
I'm excited about that fight.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, right under Canelo, that's the next fight. If I had a wish list, that's a great fight. Him and Morrell. Great fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, where does that leave Canelo? If it's not going to be Bivol, out of these rumors of Badu Jack, I don't want to see that. I just honestly, it doesn't really move the needle for me. When I say I don't want to see it, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to watch it if it happens. It just means that that's not the one that I'm hoping for. If it's not going to be Benavidez, that's cool. I'm okay with it. Yes, I want to see the Benavidez fight. I definitely wanted to see that. I called in earlier. My boy G Funky was on, and I called and I said, look, people do this thing. Like if he doesn't fight Benavidez right now, he'll never fight him. And it's now or never. Like it's do or die. No, it's not, man. Benavidez is 25 years old. If Canelo fights him next Cinco de Mayo, a toda madre. It's still there, man.
Yeah.
Him fighting Berlanga. Okay. Iran. Let me just go ahead and say this. Is that the fight I want to see? No. Does it make sense? I think it kind of does, man. Berlanga is not going to be a money fight for too much longer because he's not a good fighter. Once he loses, that feria goes out the window. It's gone. But right now, we know that he's not a good fighter. He's going to lose. He might lose. He got a fight coming up against Quigley. He might lose that fight. But I think they're going to rob it from Quigley and they're going to have Berlanga win. Pero you fight that fight now, man. Because Berlanga's going to lose to a straight tomato can. And once he loses, that money with that Berlanga fight is gone. So I would say fight him now if I were in Canelo's camp. But as a fan, do I want to see that fight? No, man. Canelo will kill this guy, man, if that fight happens. So I'm just Jaime Munguia. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that, but I don't think Oscar's going to allow that to happen. That's one of his stars. So if Canelo kills this kid, there goes one of Golden Boy's stars, and he doesn't really have too many. The Badu Jack, it's just a weird fight for me. So I don't know. Demetrius Boo Andre, I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people don't want to see that, and I know he's over there with PBC now, but I kind of do want to see that.
Shut his mouth, man. Freaking shut his mouth, too. There's a hit list, man. There's a hit list I want, and Benavidez is included. All roads lead to Canelo, and eventually he's going to get to him. It's going to be Charlo, maybe Benavidez next, or Bubba Andrade next. It's going to happen, Ed. I think it's going to happen. Canelo never ducked nobody.
Yeah, I do want to see him fight and beat Boo. Hey, G Funky, I think the Canelo deal was just kind of like a wish list. It didn't really seem too serious. I could be 100% wrong, but I think they were always targeting Morrell, man. I think Morrell was kind of more like the realistic deal that they were going for, but they just kind of wanted to throw it out there like, well, you know what? We're going to try to go after Canelo as well. But I don't think they ever really thought that they were going to get that fight, man. But I think it happens. David, you think that fight ever happens? Canelo?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah.
Mikey, that you believe in that fight happening?
Yeah, the Benavidez and Canelo, it'll happen next year, man. It'll happen next year, and we never know, man. What if it happens now? But most likely it's going to happen next year. And Canelo's a money man. He could fight Mother Teresa. He could fight anybody. It's going to sell. So
you know what, Ed? I think that Canelo is probably going to go back to the drawing board now that it's not definitely happening according to G Funky with Benavidez. I think he might look at Bivol again because there was just announced that Top Rank is not going to allow the unification fight because of what's happening in Ukraine and Russia right now. So you know what? I think they might look at it again. And Canelo might just decide, hey, I'm going to fight you again. Whether he wins or loses, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? He's going to fight him at 175. And I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Now that Benavidez is not. I think that's going to come back on the table because there's no coincidence that Bob Arum yesterday came out saying, I'm not allowing it to happen. So now Bivol is looking for somebody. And Bivol is not going to make the money he's going to make with Canelo at 175 with nobody else. So it's not up to Bivol. It's really up to Canelo. I think Canelo's probably going to say, Toma, here's your chocolates. Here's your chocolucos. Enjoy them. You know? Yeah.
Within reality, man, that's a criticism that I have of Canelo. Hey, man, you're a champion at 168. Put in some work at 168, Holmes. You know, I get it. You want to, la revancha, Holmes. You want to, get that revenge fight, man, and win it. I get it. I understand it. So I'm not completely against it. But you're the guy. You're the man at 168, man. Go, defend at 168. That's your home court, man. Get your ball and go out there and ball it up at 168. That's your spot. But you're not. looking to go up at 175 just to win the title. I don't think you're really going to stay at 175, but I kind of want him to start fighting some of these guys at 168. Mikey, how say you?
I mean, Ed, we got to remember, man. He went undisputed at 168. He beat everybody that had a title. He took that title. He just defended his one of his belts with the gorilla. What's his name? Ryder. That wasn't that guy's no walk in the park. He couldn't put that away in this Canelo. I mean, if you put Ryder with one of these other guys, these 168 guys, hey man, he will give them trouble. He might beat them because they don't even fight nobody. So if Canelo's not putting in work, what is Benavidez doing? What is Charlo doing? Well, Charlo needs to move up, but what is all the 68 doing? They're not doing it. Morel's not doing anything. They're just talking. So if I was Canelo, I was like, no, you guys got to fight each other. Then I'm going to fight you guys. I am the face of boxing. I am the A side. I put in the work. I'm going up, down, up, down. And what else you want him to do, Ed? Come on. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree. I've been saying that for a long time, man. That's why I really do want this Benavidez Morel fight to happen.
Exactly.
And he takes the winner. So I mean, I can't complain too much.
Hey, Ed, but you know what? It's not guaranteed, man. Morel's a bad man. I agree.
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah, no, he's a bad man.
I don't know if Benavidez is going to beat him. I mean,
that's why it's a great
50-50, man. You know what I mean? That's a great fight.
That's why it's a great fight. So I really like.
And that's what Canelo's looking at. He has to fight. They have to fight 50-50 fights. They're not fighting 50-50 fights. These other guys, Canelo is risking it all. And Benavidez, he fought planned, and he didn't get the knockout. And we see he looked all right. He looked good, but he didn't look great. Now he has to fight another monster, a real monster, Morel. And let's see if they're both the real deal, Holyfield. So it's a chess move by Canelo, man.
That's gonna be a great one, man. Should that fight get made, I really want to see that one. Damn it! And we got Crawford, Spence, and Morel, Benavidez. I mean, damn, man, these. Yeah, I mean, can't really complain in the sport of boxing, man. Just because Benavidez Canelo's not happening, I just think some boxing fans get way too emotional and just want to complain about things, man. But in reality, there's some really good matchups, man, that have been happening. So I'm not getting complained, man. I'm not getting complained. Speaking of good matchups that have been happening, actually, let's wait on that one, man. Let's go a little bit with Sonny Edwards versus Campos tomorrow. Not too many people are covering that one. These are the small little guys. David, I know you're a little big on Sonny Edwards. What do you make of this fight tomorrow? They both made weight. They both look sharp. I saw the weigh-ins, man. They both look sharp.
Before we talk about the fight, what do you think about the weigh-in, and what did you think about last night that they don't allow them to get close to each other? What do you think about that?
For Sonny Edwards and Campos?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Teofimo and Josh Taylor.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That.
Okay, I wasn't paying. I was texting right now.
Let's talk. Yes, I know you're big on Sonny Edwards.
Well, I'm not big on Sonny Edwards. No, I'm not big on Sonny Edwards. Just think Sonny Edwards is a good boxer, but I think he's going to get whipped by ¿cómo se llama? Bam Rodriguez. I even think that Cesar Martinez will beat him. I mean, I think he's okay, but I'm not big on him. You know what I mean? But I think that he's been talking a lot. You know, calling out Bam, calling out Martinez, saying that they're afraid to go across the pond. I'd love to see Cesar Martinez go across the pond. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight. I don't see Sonny overwhelming him. We're going to find out tomorrow. The kid that he's fighting, he's actually pretty good. I believe he's from Argentina, correct? Or Chile?
Yeah, I believe he's a South American or something like that.
Yeah, South American. And you know what? I looked at one of his fights. He's actually not that bad. But no, I think Sonny Edwards, I think our two Mexicanos over here, I think they could beat him. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. That's the only fight I'm watching because I don't know any of the other fighters that are fighting on the card.
Mikey, I'm not going to bring up Bam Rodriguez, but Cesar Martinez, does he beat Sonny Edwards if that fight happens?
Man, I mean, I've seen a little bit of Sonny Edwards and Cesar Martinez. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's like he's going backwards. He's declining. He has to work on his fundamentals. It's just, I mean, to tell you the truth, I can't call it like an alcoholic, but I just think Martinez needs to go back and learn some basics, some skills, some fundamentals because, man, this guy's, I don't know. I'm seeing him decline. I'm not liking him. I was big on Cesar Martinez. I don't know. I can't call that.
I agree with you, Mikey. He is declining.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's because he's training with Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso isn't for everybody. You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
what I was gonna
He's
say.
made for Canelo. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you, but I still see it a 50-50 fight. But I do see him declining also. He's never been the same after fighting Chocolatito.
And there was an interview right and it's called El Último. No, it's with what's his name? La Tijuana, Barrero and Morales. They have a podcast.
A great show, yes.
Yeah.
And they had what's his name? The one that had a fight with Floyd. What's his name? And he beat Floyd, the Mexicali.
Castillo.
Castillo, and he said
Castillo.
that what you said, Ed Castillo. He said what you said, Dave. That no, all of the fighters aren't Canelo. All of the fighters under Reynoso aren't Canelo. They're not all counterpunchers, and you can see that. Yeah, I think Eddie Reynoso is not for everybody, and we're starting to see that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go say this, man. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bring up Ban Rodriguez because Ban Rodriguez will whoop Sonny Edwards. But this fight tomorrow, yeah, I think Sonny Edwards is gonna win. I think he'll look pretty good. I think Campos will give him a pretty good fight, but Sonny Edwards will win. Cesar Martinez, look, I think you said it, David. I think you said on the Spanish show, que tiene huevos. Y corazón or something like that. And I'm going to tell everybody this. I'm a fan of his because he brings it, but that's all he has, man. He does not have really good boxing skills.
No.
I'm going to be real. A veces nomás tira lo menso. He just throws, you know. Yeah. It's like, do I want him on my side if we're gonna fight in a bar or something? Heck yeah, I want that dude on my side, man. Because that guy, you know, he's got that. He's hey man, let's go. A putazos, cabrones, you know, and he just starts handling, man. But inside the ring, the guy doesn't really have too many great boxing skills, man. He's a good fighter and he's fun to watch, but I think Sonny Edwards gets some. But no, I will be watching the fight tomorrow, man. But let's go ahead and let's get to some of the meat on the bone, man. Let's talk about what's happening on ESPN Plus. First of all, I don't like the fact that it's happening on ESPN Plus. Stop putting these stuff on apps, man. You can put it on ESPN, make some good money. But before we get to Taylor and Teal, Xander Zayas is in the undercard, and he's fighting Rolando Cruz. Mikey, talk to us a little bit about Xander Zayas, big dog.
Oh, man, Ed, my apologies. I'm going to talk trash about your boy, Ed. You know I'm going to have to keep it real when keep it real goes wrong. He's fighting a Salvadorian fighter. You know Salvadorians are tough in the streets, you know. Mm-hmm. But I looked at his highlights. Jesus Christ, dude, that guy's terrible. Garbage truck juice. Slow. Oh, Zayas is going to get a remarkable, sensational knockout. I called it right here on Los Leching on his boxing. That guy's garbage. He's terrible. His record's terrible. Really? His fundamentals, his highlights are terrible. Dave, I think me and you could beat that guy, and we spar him. He's that garbage. Zaya's gonna get a crazy knockout, unless I don't know nothing about boxing and I'm not seeing it right, or I YouTube the wrong guy. But that guy's garbage, man. Jesus Christ.
What round, Mikey, called it?
I'm gonna say no passing the six. I'm gonna call it the fourth round knockout. Oh yeah, Zaya's gonna kill that guy, dude.
David, what do you make about El Boricua, Xander Zayas?
You know what? I like him. And you know what? I see him as the next. There'll never be another Tito. There'll never be another Cotto. But I see him as the next Boricua king. Everybody thought Berlangua, but he was a faker. But I see this kid, without a doubt. He has a personality. He speaks English very well. He actually lives in Plantation, real close where I used to live in Fort Lauderdale. And the kid, he has a great personality, good heart, and I see him definitely coming up. This kid, I don't know nothing about him. I know he trains out of LA, he says, from El Salvador. It's going to be a knockout, third, fourth round knockout. I agree with you, Mikey.
Yeah, man. I'm glad Xander Zayas is around because, my goodness, man, when you talk boxing, you got to talk about the Boricuas. They have a rich history. There's I've said it before, man. There's certain fan bases, there's certain fighters of certain ethnicities that just make the sport of boxing better. Puerto Ricans are one of those, man. When you got some great Puerto Rican fighters, the sport of boxing is better. And right now, man, it's like there's not really a lot of Boricuas out there putting in some good work. Berlanga may be more popular, but the guy's not. He's not that good of a fighter, man. Xander Zayas, I'm sorry, I'm hoping, man, that they start bringing him up a little bit more, man. You know, and I want his popularity to be above Berlanga's. I kind of understand that.
You know what? It already is.
You think
it already
so?
is? As a matter, I know so. His last fight that he fought, Berlanga wanted to walk him in, and Sayas told him, "No, get away from me." Literally, he told him, "You know what? You're not going to walk me in." Oh, you know what? I think you're the only guy that likes Berlanga. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody that likes Berlanga, brother. I mean, everybody knows he's an imposter, you know, and he's an imposter, you know, and so no, he's already in the Boricua world. No, Berlanga doesn't even. They're embarrassed of the guy. Seriously, they don't even claim him anymore.
You may be right, David, in the Boricua world, but in the boxing spectrum, I think Berlanga still is a little bit more known. And I think it makes sense because when you bring up Berlanga, you could bring up Canelo as well because they're in the same weight class. Where Xander Zaya.
You know what, Ed? I disagree with you. You cannot bring Canelo and Berlanga in the same sentence, man.
No,
I mean you can't, brother. Other than weight, come on, man.
I think
David, that's what I'm saying. I 1,000% agree with you, Carnal. I'm just saying, just because of the weight, just like now. Exactly. But just like now, people are saying like, "Oh, who's next for Canelo in September?" And Berlanga's name gets brought up.
Because Berlanga brought it up because Eddie Hearn promised him.
Right.
That's the only reason why. If it wasn't for that, nobody would even think about that. You know, people that know boxing,
right?
And the Boricuas, because they know that he's gonna die. He's gonna get killed in that fight. They don't want to see that one of their own. You know, they're embarrassed.
I want Xander Zayas, hopefully after this fight, to start getting some better names at 154.
Who can he fight? We're talking about Xander. You're high on him, Ed. The kid's good. His last fight, he fought a Chicano, a Mexican dude, and it was a good fight, and they knocked him out in the 7th. But we've seen some holes in his game a little bit. But he's only 19, 20 years old. Who can he fight? He's like I said, he's only 19, 20 years old.
Danny Garcia.
Okay, at 54?
Danny Garcia at 154. Have him fight Danny Garcia at 154. That would be a good fight. What do you think, Ed?
That'd be a good fight,
Danny Garcia at 154.
Just to have a name under his belt that was going to bring a little bit of popularity. Banana Rosario. Oh, man, I don't know. He might. Zayas is pretty good. He could probably take on Banana Rosario. Yeah, man. Even maybe somebody like the guy that just lost. I watched it.
At 154?
Yeah. Man, ¿cómo se llama? He goes by the nickname Swift too.
Let me look it up. Morenito. He was good once upon a time, and then he got knocked out, and he sucks now, dude.
Come on, Chingones. Somebody help me out here, man.
What
the heck?
I'll look it up, Ed. I'll look it up.
Yeah, he has some beef. He doesn't get along with the Charlo bro. Hurd. There you go. Hurd.
Yeah, Jared Hurd.
Jared Hurd. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Be a good fight.
Man. Yeah,
that's a good fight. He hits hard.
Hurd, who lived with his parents till he was like 30 years old or something. But you know what?
Okay.
Getting to the main event, man. Teal versus Taylor. Does it mean anything to you guys that Teal stripped down completely butt naked to make the weight? Does that say anything to you, Mikey?
Man, it's just he had to get naked. He came in a little heavy. Man, Teal's he's been bulking up, so that's telling me something that he did bulk up because he's looking phenomenal. I don't think he's gonna box, and he's gonna try to walk him down. That's what's telling me. That's what's you know what I mean. And I don't think he should try to walk down Josh Taylor.
And
I see the opposite, Mikey. I see the opposite. I see him boxing. He can't walk down
he's heavy.
Josh Taylor. Yeah,
but he's heavy.
Yeah, I see the opposite, man. He can't box down Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's a true 147 fighter. He's coming
Hmm.
down to 140. You know what I mean? And he's taller, he's bigger, he's lean. He's fought true 140. He has to
Yeah,
box him. He
progress.
has to box him.
He
He
has to
cannot
box him,
go
exactly.
toe-to-toe. He has to. Yes, he has to box him.
Yeah. And I think Teal weighed in at exactly 140, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't write it down on my notes or anything, but I think he came in exactly at 140.
Yeah, I
And
think so. Yeah.
and he had to get completely naked. I don't know if that really says anything to me. It's something to point out. It's not really concerning me or anything like that. But the one that people were questioning, like, oh man, he's having trouble making weight, was Josh Taylor, and he came in under 140, man. So, and he looked good. He looked sharp. But let's get to what you were alluding to earlier, David.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a good face-off because, you know, there's a little bit of smack talking right there, and they're both a little bit animated. But, man, security gets involved, man, before these guys were even able to face off. And there's a good 8-9 feet between them with security in front of both of these guys. David, do you like that? What do you make of that, man? Should they have let these guys face off?
You know what? I think the reason why is because Josh Taylor is known to get into his opponents' heads. He's known to say certain words about their wives, about their mother, about something that pisses them off. You know what I mean? He's known. He did it to Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez afterwards said, "Hey, he got in my head." You know what I mean? He did it to Regis Prograis, said the same thing. And you know what? They're protecting Teofimo, because Teofimo right now, I don't think he's all there. And I think that instead of him getting punched, they're trying him to yell whatever he's going to tell him, because Teofimo Lopez right now, I don't think he's all there. And I think that this guy can mess with him psychologically. And I think that's the only reason why. Not because they're going to throw chingazos, not because he's going to hit him or throw. No, it's because of what he tells him. Because Teofimo is gullible right now. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Mikey, no face-to-face face-off. They're about a good 8-9 feet away from each other. You like it? You don't like it? Does this have anything? Does this have anything to do with the whole Lomachenko and kind of thing?
That's what I was gonna say. It was probably what happened to Lomachenko and Haney when he pushed Lomachenko, and you know what, Bob Arum was like, you know what, we don't want that. And I was waiting for Josh Taylor to get in his face and to push him in his face, because that's what Josh Taylor does. So either they're protecting him, like Dave said, or that incident that happened with Lomachenko and Devin Haney, because that was a big push, dude. It could have hurt. That was malicious, man. That was a coward. You can't do that. Lo descontó, you know what I'm saying? So, and Josh Taylor's known que lo descuento, que push, you know what I mean, to push fools or Dolphin dudes. And you know what, Bob Arum, or whatever Top Rank, Bob Arum probably didn't even call it, but they're like, you know what, let's not have that. We want to have the fight for reals. Tomorrow, let's just keep them away. And they're protecting them. And what happened? So it could be both.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with it, with what happened with Haney and Lomachenko. I think a lot of things they took into consideration, not just one solo thing, but a lot of things. One is what happened with Haney Lomachenko, that there was a little bit of rumor that, oh man, it could have hurt Lomachenko's shoulder. Another thing is Josh Taylor does know how to get under people's skin. And where Teofimo Lopez mentally is at right now, we can't trust this guy not to set it off, or we don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he does throw a chingazo. Maybe he does do something stupid. We all know, it's no secret that he's a little bit off up there. Yeah. So it's like, you know what, let's keep these guys away. We'll put security in front. We'll keep them a good 8-9 feet away from each other, and they could yell at each other all they want. And boom, you know what? We could still somewhat hype up the fight. But David, let's talk about the fight itself, carnal. What do you see in this fight, man? People have been waiting for this. This is a fight. It kind of hurts me that I'm going to be at the Derevyanchenko Munguia fight, because I kind of want to watch this fight live instead of being at this other fight. But talk to us about the fight, carnal. What's your thoughts?
You know, I'm not going to break it down, because I'm going to let the cirujano, the scientist, break it down. because that's his specialty. My prediction is it's going to start off a little slow. It's going to be a boxing match. I see Teofimo trying to get at him with boxing. It's not going to be a chingazos, maybe third or fourth round, but I see Taylor catching him in the seventh round, and I see him ending it with a TKO. Either bloodies him up pretty bad, or else they have to stop the fight for a headbutt or something. And I see Taylor winning with a TKO. I see him winning with a TKO, not with a stone knockout. No, it's going to be a TKO, 9th or 10th round.
Okay,
that's what I see.
Yeah, they're both coming out terrible losses. They both are fighting southpaws. You seen what happened to Teal when he fought Sunday Martin. Teal got hurt with Sunday Martin either twice. He got dropped twice. And then Josh Taylor when he fought what's the opponent he fought, the southpaw?
Catterall.
Yeah, Catterall. Catterall, man, he was slick, and he showed a blueprint how to beat him, but he's a southpaw. So they're both coming out bad fights. Josh Taylor said that, you know what, it's his mistake. He didn't make weight. He was having trouble making that weight, and he partied a lot and he ate too much. So he said, I'm going to do what I was doing before. So, and we see that Josh Taylor, oh man, Josh Taylor's going to work him. The old Josh Taylor, the undisputed Josh Taylor, oh man, he's going to work Teal, man. Teal does not have the inside game. If this fight goes in the inside, oh, he's going to work Teal. He probably will knock him down with a sucker punch, because you have to protect yourself at all times. And Teal, he has defensive deficiencies. Like, he puts his hand down and he tried to do the shoulder roll. And this guy, Taylor's a great counter puncher. He's long, he's big. So the key for the fight is the jab. They both don't really use the jab. They use it as a rangefinder, but they have to jab. Especially Teal, you have to jab Teal because Teal likes to be pretty. So jab Teal and get Teal on the inside and get in his head. If he gets in his head and gets him in the inside, knockout. I'm calling it. Knockout. I'm calling it. But Teal is younger. He has that in him, and he has power. No, he doesn't have power, but he is younger and he has speed. And we'll see if he has the power. If power carries up. But I got Taylor stoppage. Taylor decision.
All right. On the Spanish show, I was picking Teofimo Lopez, and I was saying they might even rob Teo because, rumor is that this is his last fight with Top Rank. After watching the weigh-ins and just seeing how comfortable Josh Taylor was, yeah, you got to be judged on, your last performance. And I thought Josh Taylor was a great fighter, and then I just kind of see him take a big step back and being like, yeah, what the hell's going on here? This isn't the Josh Taylor that I've come to know. The whole thing about Teofimo Lopez's power, does he need to have knockout power, or does he just need to have power to hurt the other guy? That's the thing. There's people that say well, who knows, man? At 140, he probably doesn't have that knockout power, which could be true. But do you always need knockout power? You just need power just to damage the other guy. You just need power to get the other guy's respect and, cause damage, man, as the fight goes on. And I think Teo does have that if he finds his shots. Man, I like Teofimo Lopez. I do. And I was picking him to win. Just seeing how easily Josh Taylor he just looks so comfortable right now, man. And Teofimo Lopez, nothing there that makes me think okay, this kid is back. This kid has got his bearings right. And his dad's still, out there flossing around and, making himself known and stuff. And I'm like, wow, I'm not really sure I see anything really different with Teofimo Lopez. So I'm going to change my decision here, and I'm going to go Josh Taylor. I kind of see a TKO. Yeah, I kind of see somebody stopping it. I kind of see Josh Taylor. I don't think he dropped. Maybe he does drop Teo once, but I don't see him knocking out Josh Taylor. I'm sorry. I don't see him knocking out Teofimo Lopez. I do see him possibly dropping him once, but I do see him maybe round 7 where people are going to be like, okay, that it's so not that that's where they stop it, but that's where everybody's going to start to see okay, it's all Josh Taylor from here, man. That's it. And I see a late stoppage by the referee, maybe 10th. Yeah, I go 10th round. I say 10th round. Referee says, we've seen
That's
enough.
doable.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you, Ed, and also what JC writes. That makes a lot of sense. That they're both acting like bozos. Theo and his father.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And that's and to me, that's what hurts Teofimo's career. Not his skills. The guy's got skills. The athleticism, it's there, man. This kid, the charisma that this kid has. But he just doesn't have the right people with him, man, to get his feet and put him back on the ground and say, look, son, you've got all the potential in the world. Let's put it to good use instead of being with all these pendejadas, man, and especially something that Tio was really going with the baby's mom and everything like that, to have somebody strong, a strong man by his side and say like, hey, son, look, man, you know what? We know this hurts and everything. This is how you carry yourself. This is how you act and everything. Not to be, like F that broad and like acting like one of your homies from the streets, man. Like that's not, that's just messing them up more. So I don't like it. I think Josh Taylor, I think let's just say Josh Taylor does win. Mikey, what happens to Teal from there?
Man, dude, I mean, Tio needs to go back to the drawing board. He has to get rid of his dad. They beat Lomachenko. We can't forget he's the only guy that beat Lomachenko. The other guys, they got decision versus Lomachenko. This guy really beat him. Like he convincingly beat him. Haney, did Haney beat him? That we could debate 2 hours. And then Lomachenko lost to the Mexican dude. He was hitting him low blows. ¿Cómo se llama el mexicano?
Orlando Salido.
It was Salido. That was controversial. It was his first fight, this and that, whatever. Second fight, Tio beat him. So I mean, his dad took him along, but it's time for him to get another trainer. Go Robert Garcia, man. I think he fits in with Robert Garcia up there, and come with a trainer, dude. That I don't know. These guys are weird, man. They need to come to the West Coast, man, and get a real trainer.
What's wrong with making a horse's ass out of yourself? David, what happens to Tio, carnal, if he does lose?
I agree with Marky. He needs to get. With Mikey, he needs to get rid of his father, but he needs to come back to 135. I think he's too small. I don't think he has a punching power against Prograis, against Jose Ramirez, against Barbosa. Against ¿cómo se llama? The one Chicano that just lost, Chon Cepeda. Yeah, he doesn't have it at 140. He needs to come down, and I agree with you, Mikey. He needs to find Robert Garcia, even what's his name, out of Indio, Diaz.
Oh yeah, Coachella Diaz.
You know what I mean? Out of Coachella, he needs to come down, but he needs to get rid of his father and get some psychological help because he's not all there. He really needs help.
Yeah.
But come down to 135. He needs to get away from 140. He's too small.
I don't know if he's too small, but definitely get another team behind him. That's for sure. Is that going to happen? I don't think it happens. I really don't think it happens. I think this is it. That this is the way it's going to go for him. So,
but you know what, Ed? His last fight. Do you remember what he said? And they actually quoted him on one of the podcasts that I saw, where he says, "Do I still have it?" After he won against Sandor, I think Martin or something. Sandor Martin. Remember, he said, "Do I still have it?"
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I think right now he's looking for a paycheck. I don't think he's there anymore. I really do not believe he's there anymore. And there comes a time when these guys, they know. And you know what? I think he knows, but he's just looking for that big paycheck. That fight against Ryan Garcia. He's looking for that big paycheck.
And Dave, and Ed, we all know that his wife took half of everything. He got divorced, and he even said it. Yeah, my wife took everything. I'm starting all over. It just, he has so many things behind the scenes and in his head. And it's just like, man, he's gonna have to fight. He has to fight. He can't retire. He's not gonna be over. He's still gonna keep fighting. Look at Adrian Bronner still fighting. So Man, we're gonna see Tio like Adrian Bronner fighting today. Like, I don't know, man. That kind of sucks for him. I like the kid.
Yeah,
me too.
I still want Tio at 140. I do, but it's disappointing, man. But hey, let's move on to the zone, man, where we got Jaime Munguia versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. A lot of people are saying this is a layup, an easy one. Well, there are a lot of people. I don't know if it's really a layup, but Munguia, I'm not high on him, man. I think Derevyanchenko is going to give him a really good fight. How say you, David?
I'm with you 100%, man. I'm not sold on Munguia. I'm not sold at all on Munguia. I think that this is going to definitely test him. And like I said, you know what? The fight we went when he fought in San Diego, he was supposed to fight John Ryder. He is lucky that John Ryder decided not to come across the pond.
Yeah.
John Ryder would have demolished this kid. And you know what? I'm not saying that Derevyanchenko is another John Ryder, but Derevyanchenko, did you see the weigh-ins? You know how huge that dude? And I know muscles aren't good for boxing, but this dude's a little beast. And I don't know about you, but you saw the weigh-in. Munguia didn't look well. Munguia looked sucked up. Even at 168, he looked sucked up. You know what? Even after this fight, I don't see him coming down to 160. I don't. Because after watching him today, while I was watching the way I was looking at his face, he looked sucked up. He was actually taking breaths. I don't know if you saw it. He kept taking breaths. You know what?
Yeah,
it's not gonna. Yeah, you see it? It's not gonna be a.
Yeah,
walk
he looked a little nervous.
He did. Yeah, he just kept taking breaths, and and he looked sucked up. So I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park. I think it's gonna be actually a very good fight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mikey, how you make this fight out tomorrow?
David, Ed, I disagree, man. I'm gonna call it right here on touching on it. Easy work. Derevyanchenko. I mean, look, Derevyanchenko. He had a good fight with Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs dropped him. His claim to fame is fighting Triple G, and that's when we seen Triple G's decline. But other than that, he lost to Danny Jacobs. He lost to El Caballo, the Dominican cat. He got whooped by El Caballo, Robert Garcia's former fighter. Who else did he lose to? He lost to Charlo, and he lost to one more person. Charlo put hands on him. That was his last fight, or second to last fight, something like that. And then he just got to win, but there's nobody. But he's already like Derevyanchenko was good. I seen his highlights, but versus who? And his claim to fame is Triple G, but like in 2019, 2020, something like that. It's just like he's been getting whooped. Everybody whoops him. It's like. And Munguia, dude, I believe in Munguia. He is good. Who has he fought? But I like his skills. He's getting better with Morales. He has a good jab, great combination. He's a big kid. He's strong, fast. His defense got a little bit better. Man, he's gonna stop that guy, man. He's gonna stop him. I believe so. I'll put a whooping on him.
Well, for his sake, I hope he does. But again, man, look, I don't think so either. If he does, hey, Mikey, I give it to you, carnal. I just think Munguia, man, he's got 40-something fights, man. I get it. He's still kind of young. There's nothing there that wows me about Munguia, man.
Dude, he's another Zurdo Ramirez, 44-0. He faced through Bivol. Same thing. He's another. It's same pattern of behavior. Same pattern.
He needs to. If you're the best, take the test, and he needs to take the test.
Look, Mikey, you named off a lot of guys that Derevyanchenko has lost to. I don't think Munguia beats any of those guys, man. Maybe Charlo, maybe a Charlo, but has he gotten a little bit better? Yeah, I've said it before. I saw there's a little bit improvement with Munguia. Not enough though, man. Not enough for me to say like, man, this guy is doing some damn good stuff. I could really see a big improvement. No, he just looks a little lighter on his feet. His defense is a little bit better. Derevyanchenko, I think, is kind of a good test, man. But with the amount of fights that this kid has, man, I mean, how much longer is it going to take for this kid to be the real deal? Or, he just is what he is right now, and that's going to be the rest of his career. How much more do you need to see of him, Mikey?
Yeah, no. He needs to. He's already calling it. I don't know if it's all bluff. It's all cap. How they say. He wants Benavidez. He wants the Charloses. You know what I mean? He wants the Triple G's. The Triple G's come back and they give him. They put it right back. He'll come back. So he wants those fights.
And
Golden Boy's dropping the ball.
Hey,
Huh?
he wants Bivol too.
Hey, man,
mean,
you
brother,
gotta
he can
dream
say
big,
all
man.
he wants. Come on, man.
You gotta
say
dream
all he
big, man.
wants.
You gotta dream big. Look, Tuto got
that's
B-ball. Tuto got B-ball and he got destroyed, but at least he got him. So
Yeah, you're right.
I like the kid. The keys to victory is the jab, and he's got to turn Derevyanchenko, just like Charlo did. And I see the same thing. He's going to give him a boxing lesson and turn him, and it's the jab. The key to victory is the jab and throwing combinations, and it's going to be easy work, guys. I called it.
Look what G Funky's saying. Munguia might get to 50-0, man, and not be fighting any of these dudes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You got over 40 fights, Holmes, and I mean, your career is still somewhat of a prospect career. Like we're still talking about you, like, hey, man, you know, let's be careful moving this kid up. Nah, dog, if you got over 40 fights, man, you got to be some sort of veteran. But and JC says, hey, no Tijuana boxer slander here. Just a Tijuana. I want him to win. I think he's going to win. I don't think he stops Derevyanchenko. If he does, a toda madre. Look, I hope he looks good. Again, me too. Yeah, I'm not rooting against Munguia. As a matter of fact, I hope he goes in there and beats Derevyanchenko, knocks him out, schools him for 4 rounds and knocks him out in the 5th round. So he could look sensational. And then we could say, damn, you know what? This guy is ready. Let's get him some really good fights. Because if he goes in there and he beats Derevyanchenko and it's just a back and forth fight and he wins by points and nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, okay, I don't know how much I really learned about Munguia. He just kind of still is what he is right now before the fight. So there's really nothing there, man.
He's got to look sensational. He has to look sensational. You guys are right. And because you know how it is in boxing. We could say one thing about a fighter and then the performance is like, you know what, man? Did you see the knockout? Like we're saying about the kid in Orange County, Dave's boy. What's his name? Your boy Rocha. He just got he got a sensational knockout by a little guy in this and he looks phenomenal. Right now we're talking about him versus the winner of Crawford in this. So he needs to look sensational, and Golden Boy is perfect. Is great at making their fighters look sensational. And I think this fight he got Derevyanchenko at the best time. He's a shadow of his former self, and he's gonna take him to school, probably even knock him out.
Okay, David, does he get a knockout?
No, I don't see a knockout. I see him winning by decision, and it's going to be controversial. But I see him winning, but it's going to be controversial.
Controversial? Wow.
What?
Okay.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about, David? This is boxing. There's no controversial decisions here.
So it's going to be a back and forth fight.
I'm probably going to be the only one saying, no, he didn't win. But I'll be the only one.
Hey, I would be. Yeah, Munguia is going to win the fight. Again, chingones to everybody watching. I want him to get a knockout. I'm rooting for him.
Me too. I want him to.
Great, man. So then finally, it could be like, okay, this kid has now stepped and he's on another level. Now we could get and run with this kid, man. But if he just wins, just a decision, and he didn't school him, he doesn't necessarily have to knock him out. I mean, if he schools him all the rounds, man, and, Derevyanchenko just doesn't got no quit in him, cool, good. But I don't think that's the case. If it is, hey, good, man. That's better for boxing because now we got another player in the game where we could say, okay, this kid is he's becoming the real deal, man. So
but you know what, Ed? If he wins, I want to see him fight Janibek, the WBO champion. And you know what? He can beat Janibek. Now that one I see he can definitely beat Janibek. It'll be a tight fight, but he could definitely beat him. Once he beats them, Charlo's not coming back to 160. Now that WBC belt's going to be open. He hasn't fought in 2 years. The WBA right now it's vacant. The IBF is vacant. The only one that's really taken is WBO. So if he actually wins, he fights Janibek, then he starts uniting the belts at 160, then he'll make a believer out of me. You know who's going to fight, I believe, for the WBA belt? You know who's going to fight? Lara against Danny Garcia. They're going to go up to 160. Danny Garcia never fought at 160 to fight for that belt, that vacant belt. So come on.
The only thing, David, the only thing is that this fight is taking place at 168 pounds. So I
I
don't
know,
know
but
if
he could come back down if he wants to
he
come back down.
can. He
If he
if
can.
he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If he wants to move back down to 160, he can go down there and make some noise. Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
guys, I forgot. Had Derevyanchenko fought at 168?
I don't think so.
So do you see
I don't think
knockout?
he
You
has.
see that?
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
I don't
And
think he
it
has.
has if I'm not mistaken, has Munguia fought at 68?
I don't think so.
I think this is his first fight at 168, man.
See, I don't like this, man. I don't like this, man. They're both moving up at 168. They're not really 168 pounders, and nah, man, this is weird. Listen, I forgot to mention that. You guys brought it up. This is weird, man. I don't like that, man.
Yeah.
They're not 68 pounders.
Well, they will be tomorrow, Holmes. They will be tomorrow, Holmes. Tomorrow they're popping each other's cherry. They're popping each other's cherry tomorrow. But
oh my god, yeah, that's the new thing. Popping each other's cherries, dude.
At 168, man.
Oh my god.
I will be at that fight, and hopefully, news just came in that I might be part of the. I might be getting a credential, so hopefully that's the case, man. So if that's what it is, I'm gonna be out there with the scalpers giving away my ticket or selling my ticket, man. Just so I can have my credentials. So Stretching One's Boxing will be there. Hey, just real quick, man. I know nobody really wants to talk about this. I don't want to spend much time. We're gonna wrap it up, but Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is fighting on Sunday against Gotti the Third, I believe, man. David, what do you make about that?
You know what's Floyd Mayweather making money, man. You know, you can't, I mean, you can't blame him for being a thief. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he's doing it legally and people are paying to watch it. Hey, more power to him, man. Easy money. Once again, easy money against this wannabe gangster. Easy money.
Yeah. Mikey, you think they're both in on it? I mean, it is Gotti.
Yeah, no. This is exhibition fighting. I'm all for it, man. Hey, Ed wants to. Ed had an exhibition fight, so I'm all for it, man. It's dope. The only thing that troubles me that I get mad and Rocky Marciano's turning in his grave is Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor in a real fight and broke Rocky Marciano's record. That's disrespectful to boxing. I don't like none of that crap, dude. This is boxing, exhibition, and I love exhibition fights. The Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. I love all that.
That's gonna be good. I like Nate Diaz.
We got to cover that one, but. No, when there's an exhibition or if they make it a real professional, nah, that's disrespectful. Nah, man. No. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Anything else before we wrap it up?
One question. Who is on the New York card? Jermaine Ortiz. Who's he fighting?
Jermaine Ortiz is the one. He used to be Lomachenko's sparring partner, and he fought Lomachenko. Give him a good fight.
And you know what? He almost beat Lomachenko. But who is he fighting on this card?
That I don't know because I think up to until yesterday, he still didn't have an opponent, I believe. I could be wrong.
Does anybody know that's watching? Because I like that kid. I think that kid's going to be a future world champion without a doubt. But I still don't know who he's fighting.
Yeah, if anybody knows who Jermaine Ortiz is fighting tomorrow.
G-Funky probably knows.
Yeah, G-Funky, you in here? Let us know, man. I don't know. I do like the kid. He did give Lomachenko a good run for his money, and he used to be Lomachenko's sparring partner. And I think he fought Lomachenko. I think that was his 16th or 17th professional fight. So
he's a good fighter. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, I do like him as well. But we shall see, man. Like I said, me da un poquito de lástima, man, because I kind of don't even really want to go to the fight. I kind of rather stay at the pad, man, and watch, the Tio Taylor fight. Yeah, man. But I'll be at the Munguia and Derevyanchenko fight. So if anybody's going to be at that fight, I'll be there, man. I'll be sitting on the floor if we don't get the credential. But word came in that we Stretching One's Boxing looks like we're gonna get a credential to be in there, so I'll be there with my Jack and Coke. Pero bueno, covering the fight. But that is my man, Mr. David Contreras, out in Florida, man. Mikey TV, you guys go check him out. He's putting on some content over there, fighting con el Pozolero and all that, man. So
Hey, brother, can you mind if I make a quick announcement?
Yeah, go for it.
Hervey Estrada has confirmed he's going to be with us on the show next week. So if you guys want to see Hervey Estrada, the guy knows boxing like very few people. He'll be with us on the Spanish show Wednesday at 7 p.m. Hervey Estrada. Great show.
Eso. Shouts to all the chingones y chingonas. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it so we can come back and do it again. Enjoy the fights. We'll catch you guys on next round.